Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you for coming. I hope everybody's enjoyed their off-season, ready to get back to work. I know I am, and I'm sure that you have a few questions about this upcoming season. Yeah, Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist. Now, you're yet to sign a new contract at the club, mate, and my sources tell me that you've been applying for jobs in China. Yeah, look, that is true. I did test the water in China. I'm not going to deny that. Unless something goes horribly wrong in the Asian Confederations Cup, my expectation is to sign a new deal with Persiba through to the end of the season, and hopefully it'll be a very successful season. Now, again, I'm not going to lie and say I'm going to be here for the next 3 years. No, this will be my last season at Persiba. I know that's going to come as a shock to some of you, but I want to have a very successful season, and then I do need to move on with my career. Again, mate. It's been a very quiet transfer window. Should the fans be concerned that you've already moved on mentally? No, not at all. I would have liked to have strengthened, don't get me wrong. But we had a really good team last year, and we really grew into the season. I have no doubt. Why should it be any different this year? We are going to be a good team again this year as well. And look, contracts here expire in June. When contracts expire, I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to strengthen with some more players at that time. Yeah, finally for me. Wayan Nagano has signed for the club. Now, what are your hopes for the player, mate? Oh, look, he could be anything he wants, this kid. Absolutely anything. If he progresses like a 16-year-old should, he'll play for any club he wants. And I don't just mean in Asia, I mean any club he wants. I mean, he'll go to Europe. He will end up in Europe. I have no doubts about that. Is there any more questions? No, that's it. Okay, well, thank you for coming out, everybody. I look forward to a successful season with you all. But it's time now for me to prepare for our first game. Hi there, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 16 of our World Tour. It's a new season with Persiba, and it is essentially our last season with Persiba. I don't really see a scenario where this isn't our last season with Persiba, so we want to make the most of it. And it's been, as you've just heard, a really, really strange off-season. Let's start with the friendlies. I couldn't organise any friendlies. The assistant couldn't organise any friendlies, so we just kept them pretty much all in-house against the under-21s, playing against ourselves. Lots of goals, defensively maybe a little bit of a worry there. Couldn't tell you much about them though, because I let the assistant do it. I just sort of picked my lineup so we could all get match fit and let the assistant do it. So not much doing there. Transfers, as you've heard as well, from Chaz Hogan, not much happening on the transfer front. Fidel Ibrahim and Noviradi have both left the club, which is fine. They weren't playing anyway, so they're gone. Emmanuel Dambolina, he comes in as a sort of a right wing back, full back, wing up. He can sort of play all down the right-hand side. He's okay. He's got good crossing. His physical stats are decent. We're paying him $500 a week. You can see his potential ability is quite good. I'm hoping if we play him for a season, even after we leave, the club might be able to sell him on to an Argentinian club for a little bit of cash. But it was the best sort of available for what we were looking for. Just someone else to go down that right side and sort of help Karudin, who is okay again, but he's getting on and he's not the best. So we've got Dambolina in to take care of that role. We've got a youth intake. Again, as Chaz Hogan mentioned, we have a superstar. Now, if there's anybody here, I'd like to rename these guys after you. They're just computer-generated names. I'd rather have them named after you. So if anyone there, look at some of their potential here is quite good. So if you want to have any of these guys named after you, just leave me a comment at AussieVillain on Twitter and let me know on there and I can rename them. But, as I said, we do have a superstar in our midst. And I've never seen this happen before. Wayan Negrado, look at that. 16-year-old came out of nowhere, just entered the academy as not a 5-star potential ability, that happens, you get that. A 5-star current ability straight out of the box, that's unheard of. This kid, finishing 16, off the ball 14. I mean, there are clubs, I'd say, probably in the championship in England, that this guy would start for, at 16, straight out of the box. If he develops like a academic graduate should, he could quite literally, he could play for Barcelona, he could play anywhere he wants. So yeah, if you'd like to have this guy named after you, he's probably going to follow us around from club to club. I think we may have found our guy that is going to do the save with us and just go sort of follow us around. So Wayan Negrano, know the name, love the name, because I think we're going to hear a lot of him. 16 years old, that's absolutely insane. Now, we did get our group for the Asian Confederations Cup. That's going to be our first game too as we open the campaign. So we've got a Filipino club, home, I think, are a Singaporean club and a Vietnamese club. That's who we're going to open our campaign against, is SLNA. And the other game this episode, as you can see, they're Persiba in the Indonesian Super Cup. They're the league champions. We're cup champions, so obviously we're going to play off against each other in that game there. So let's get this season underway with the Asian Confederations Cup, the ASEAN group, which is sort of the was it southeast portion of Asia. So it's Setijaya in goal, Rendika, Veneno, Lacorno, and Dumbelina. He plays down the right. Septia and Reddy, and they keep going in midfield. Tornado and Caesar, they provide the width. Surjak comes in. Alan Dillon, of course, he's retired. He's left the club. So it's up for Tommy Surjak. We signed him last year, so he'd be settled, ready to go. Now's his time to shine. And Boaz up top. And we have our young wonder kid on the bench, so we might see him in the second half. Okay, here we go. 5-3-2 for the opposition. I was really happy when Wayan came in because we were looking a little bit weak otherwise. What does the assistant say to do here? Do it for the fans. First game of the season. That sometimes works. Let's give the fans the performance they're expecting of us here. Some calm. We have faith. And that's not going down too badly, is it? Come on, boys. So without Wayan coming in, I thought, because losing Alan Dillon as well, we were starting to look a little bit thin in the attacking midfield role. I did even toy around with playing two up top for a while in pre-season. But with him coming in, it means that we can always drop Boaz back in there in place of Tommy Surjak. And then, of course, we have Kayono as well. Let's not forget. Let's see here. Oh, it looks decent. Tipped over, is it? It's off the bar. Oh, offside. So that really does help us out. It sort of helps me look like it, so we don't have a weakened squad for this season. As for this game, I have no idea what to expect. As I said, all of pre-season was just in-house pretty much. We have only played one team that wasn't the under-21s. We were scoring goals, but as you saw, we were conceding them as well. I really don't know what to expect from this. There's a ball in for Boaz. It's headed away, though. Surjak, no, can't get onto that. Septian should pick up that ball, though. All right, what can we do here? It's the first we've seen of Dumbelina. Can he get a cross in? His crossing ability isn't bad at 12. It's a decent ball to the near post. Oh, keeper's dropped it. It's there for Boaz! Hey, there's the first goal of the season. The first goal in Asian competition for Persiba for maybe ever. I don't know if they've played an Asian competition before. But that was poor goalkeeping, really, wasn't it? Let's call it what it was. It was a decent looking ball in from Dumbelina. Let's have a look here. Had good shape to it. Keeper should have got that. Tornado, smart though, wasn't it? He didn't go himself. He played it back. Boaz in front of the defender was positioned perfectly just to tap that home for us. That is what we like to see. Let's give it a get creative here. In terms of our season, our contract does run out mid-season. My plan is the group stage of this Confederations Cup will be over. That's a decent ball. Don't let him get in behind you there. Oh, what a goal that is. My plan is we'll see if we get out of the group. If we get out of the group, then we'll keep going. We'll sign a new contract and keep going. If we don't get out of the group, then I think it might be time to maybe call it a season. We'll see how we're looking in the league. If we're looking like we could leave as league champions, then maybe it's worth sticking around. I'll discuss that with you guys closer to the time. I want your feedback on that as well. That is quite stunning, isn't it? But that's kind of what I'm thinking. I did have a look around for some jobs in the Chinese First Division. We're a one-star manager, so kind of looking. It's off the bar, is it? It's off the bar from Lacorno. I forget who it was, sorry, the username, but said that you should try and get a star above what your current star is. So the club rating should be a star above what your manager rating is, and I that's kind of what I was going for as well. So we're looking at sort of Chinese First Division clubs. Let's see what Dumbelina can do here. Knocks it in. Veneno! It never looked like missing the moment it hit his head. That is a cracking header right before half-time, and that is what we need to get back in front. It's really good. Yeah, so I applied for, I think, one or two Chinese First Division clubs just to sort of see what would happen. Not even necessarily to take the job, but we didn't get them. We got an interview for one, and then that we didn't go any further than that. So I don't think we're maybe quite there yet, but we'll see. We'll see on that front. Like I say, we want to focus. We want to really try and get out of this group and be here for the season, win a league title, maybe win an Asian Confederations Cup as well. And then we can go from there. Now, I'm going to say, you've played well, there's room for improvement. I'll do some individual talks, and we'll come back for the second 45. And can we get 3 points on the board in our first game in Asia? Okay, no tactical changes. We'll keep, keep going as we are. We're dominating this game. We're not getting really shots on target. We're doing really well in terms of possession, though. Let's show some passion. Come on, boys, fire up. Rendika was just looking a little bit complacent there, which isn't great. I think we want to see our new boy, don't we? Do we look... Caesar's not having his best game. Do we look to put Boaz out there? Perhaps. I think I'm liking that the more I think about it. So let's do that. 65 minutes in. I'm really excited to see what this kid can do. I really, really am. I couldn't believe it when I saw a 5-star current ability player coming into the squad. That is just unheard of. So we'll get him involved nice and early. Here comes the corner. Dembélina knocks it in. Back post. It's headed back in. It's a... I thought that was in. I thought it was in. A little bit of an optical illusion that was just going behind the post. Let's give it another show some passion. We are just starting to come into the time of the game now where we need to consider perhaps just trying to shut down and make sure we don't concede. Last season, of course, we were horrible with protecting leads, weren't we? So we need to try and get a little bit better at that this season. I'm wondering if we might look to just play Boaz as an inside forward, actually. Just try and get him a little bit closer. A little bit closer into way end there. Building from the back. This is worrying. It's a long ball forward. Oh, they're in behind. Oh, they're in behind. Two of them are in behind. They can't miss. Oh, that is just poor defending. It's just like last season all over again. I mean, it makes sense. It's the same two centre-backs. I wonder if, of course, we're playing against a front two, if we should have gone to a back three, had him spit a man. Oh, that's just so disappointing. Yeah, we'll keep going. Alright, what can Septien do here? Septien! Oh, it's off the bar! So unlucky. I don't know what to... Is a point good here for us? It's not really, but... I mean, it's better than losing, isn't it? We'll give it a get creative next opportunity we have. I mean, look at this. We do not deserve to be drawing this game. Come on, get creative. Come on, boys. Anything else you want to change here? I mean, no one else is playing particularly poorly. Do we go attack? Let's go attacking. Go big or go home. They have not threatened us apart from their 2 goals. It's ridiculous. All right, here we go. Come on, boys. 87th minute. Let's get this winner. Redian back to Dembélina. Back to Redian. What can he do? Oh, it's a little bit scrappy. A little bit scrappy. This is good. Tonando, can he square it? Back post. Boaz. No! Boaz, he's offside. Oh, Boaz. Pushing another player. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought it was the kid for a second there. This is 30 seconds to go. What can we do? Can we nick this off them? I really don't want to be conceding a stoppage time goal here. Oh, that's a good ball. It's a good ball. Get the block in. Get the block in. Well done. Is that Redian back there doing his defensive duty? Still there for them, though. Oh, no. 15 seconds to go. There's still time for this. I mean, I don't think we're going to score. It can only be heartbreak for us. Come on. I'm not a massive fan of having these. This is like our first game of the season either. It's very unforgiving. Redian's back there. He's done well. We've cleared it. That's the final whistle. So 2-2 in our first game in Asian competition. And I don't think we deserve that. We definitely deserve to win that game. But, you know, you defend poorly. That's what happens. So we're going to see. Yeah, we think we... Was it not good enough? It probably wasn't. A little bit frustrating, wasn't it, to have that goal disallowed? But if it was a foul, it was a foul. The other game finished 2-0 to home. See, I mean, that's a disappointing thing, isn't it? Dropping points at home. That could be what comes back to hurt us a little bit. Dembélina makes his debut, along with Wayan, of course. But guys, wait right there. We'll be back for the Indonesian Super Cup. Okay, welcome back. It's the Super Cup against Persebaya, and it's not that important in the grand scheme of things, and I am definitely prioritising the upcoming fixture after this in a few days' time in the Asian Confederations Cup. So we're resting a few players. It's not the strongest team. It's Setajaya in goal. It's Rendika, Ahmed, Lakonu, and Karudin as the back four. Septien and Bhakti comes in for Redian. Warabi's going to go down the right. Sayafi, our academy kid, down the left. Surjak's going to continue in behind the young wonder kid, Negreiro. Right, so we can see the way Persebaya is lining up. I think that's how they were playing against us last season as well. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you think of my selection here. I just feel like let's go out and have some fun. I just feel like it doesn't doesn't mean anything. It's not. This isn't what our season's about. Is winning the Super Cup, is it? So it's a good opportunity to give some players a game, and then also, we can build some match fitness, but also rest some of our better players because they're going to be needed. We need to be getting through in this Asian Confederations Cup group, and we're away from home against the Filipino team, which I imagine, just from the strength of Filipino football compared to, say, Vietnam and Singapore and ourselves, that they're going to be the weakest team. And so I think we are going to need to get 6 points from them, and away from home is where we're most likely to slip up there. But, when I reflect on that last game, let's have a set piece here. Can we... Oh, it's good. Oof, what happened there? We were the better team. I mean, we didn't score, and we didn't score enough, I should say. And then we did, concede 2 silly goals. But we dominated the game. So I think we were a little bit unlucky. But it does, especially being the home game as well. If we'd drawn that team away from, the Vietnamese team away from home, that's one thing. But doing it at home, that's more concerning, isn't it? We've got to go and make up for that result now somewhere else. We're looking a little bit scrappy early on here. It is early season, and like I say, pre-season it wasn't great. It really wasn't. I don't understand why arranging friendlies is so difficult. I just don't understand that. It shouldn't be so difficult to organise friendlies. Like I had two options. That Persebaya team and Borneo FC, and I don't understand why that is. I mean, this was not great. Looks like, is that Lacornu that's let his man get in behind him there? Old Kanye. Let's give it a demand more here. We're not playing particularly well. It hasn't been a fantastic start to the season, if I'm honest, has it? We'll try. It'll be a good season. I am convinced of that. Like I said, we had a good team last year. There's no reason why it's not a good team this year. There's a good ball for Wei, and here we go. He's the kid. Can he get his first goal? Hey, there it is. Finishing of 16. That's what it gets you, boys. That's what it gets you. He got in behind the defence. He's got decent pace and acceleration as well. And first start, first goal, and was it a Bhakti ball? I think it was. He's a good player. He's more than adequate for replacement there for Redian, and that was just calm, wasn't it? It would never look like missing. I do wonder if we will need to somehow rejig our formation to fit Boaz and Wei and as central strikers. If there's a way we can do that. I don't really want to play Boaz wide on the left as an inside forward. I think he's better than that. And Caesar got 19 assists there for us last season as well. Let's not forget that. So he's quite a good option as well. I'm just not 100% sure. Do we try playing? Maybe we should try Boaz in place of Tommy Serjak. Let me know if you have any suggestions, guys. Let me know in the comments. It's almost the reverse, isn't it? We have not been the better team here, but we find ourselves on level terms. I'm going to say we haven't played well. I'm going to say I'm not happy with that. We'll do some individual talks and then we'll come back for the second half. Can we lift an early season trophy? In terms of changes, we're not going to do anything yet. We do have, obviously, we have a strongish bench because some of our bench players are actually starting the game. There's not really any changes I want to make. If we need a goal, we could look at Boaz or Kayono. But I mean, Wayan is essentially the best player at the club. He's just kind of walked in and just taken over the role as, most valuable player pretty much. So, it's just a matter of maybe Boaz for Serjak is something we could experiment with. That's a decent ball, and he's offside. He's surely offside. Was that not? He had to be offside. Surely. Let's have another look at this. Is this the goal scorer here? Who gets the goal? Oh, has he run from an onside position? Maybe he has. I still think it was offside. All right, let's give it a demand more here. You can see our players in here aren't playing well. Our attacking players. Oh, here's a chance from a corner. Septien knocks it in. It's headed away. It's not. Oh, we're going to get counter-attacked here. Can we get a slide in and block that? Now, Daniel De Silva, David De Silva, was one of the top goal scorers last season. He's gone. Nice ball to the back post, isn't it? Oh, no. Set to Jaya. That's a cracking save. Oh, how has that not gone in? How have we got away with that? Oh. Whew. All right, breathe, everybody. All right, this is not working. We're making subs. We're going to bring Boaz on for the kid because that's not working. We are going, and we'll play him as an inside forward. What else do we want to do here? Do we want to bring... I don't really want to bring Kayono on. I think maybe we'll just do that for now. Yeah, I mean, this is a team, we know they're good because, you know, they were champions last year. We'll go attacking. Just seeing if we can have a go at them. What else can we do here, I wonder? Is there anything out of possession-wise? Maybe, okay, let's try and challenge them with a higher line. Let's try and put some pressure on them, get stuck in, close them down urgently. When possession's been lost, let's maybe just regroup. Let's try that. Let's try a higher tempo. And we're not bad from set plays typically, are we? So let's maybe try to play for set pieces here as well. Slightly more direct. And just see if this makes a difference. It might not. It might not. Like I say, it's the Super Cup. It doesn't really, in the grand scheme of things, affect our season too badly. Another set piece. Oh, that looked good. It just kept rising, thankfully for us. Alright, can we win this ball back? We're supposed to be pressuring them. Come on, get stuck in. No, it doesn't look like that's working. Come on, get there. No, they've gone over the top. Ahmed's there. He's done well. Bakti onto the ball for Septian. Alright, can we launch? Oh, Boaz is going the wrong way. He was coming back. He's got one of the border feet. We've got him behind. It's still there for us. So here we go. Karudin, can he pick a pass? Can he pick a pass? He's struggling. That is not a good pass. Just about got away with it though. Septian to Bakti. Bakti rolls one around the corner and still again it's not there for us. Are we going to be counter-attacked here? Their strikers are quite good, aren't they? Oh, that defender. We've got away with it again. We are riding our luck in this game. I'm wondering if we're coming up against two strikers, if we need to, in future, and I did say this last game and now I haven't done it, we do need to look at playing perhaps a back three. And if we do play a back three, that's not a good header, Bhakti. I think that's the game, boys. I think that could be the game. Randika's tired. Alright, let's sub him off then. Let's bring Rido on. If we do play a back three, that does allow us to play Boaz and Wayan up top. We have Rido and Dumbelina who can play as... What is Bhakti doing? We're going to have to work on defending set pieces. We've got Rido and Dumbelina who can play as wing-backs, which helps. Come on, show some passion, boys. We haven't played well this game at all. Yeah, and then we can still have Reddy and Septien in midfield and one other. We could even play Tommy Serjak in behind the two up top. That might be getting a little bit attacking though. We have Mutaquin, of course, who we could play in midfield as a defensive option. As I'm saying this out loud, I'm actually liking what I'm visualizing. So I might even look to experiment with that next time we come up against a team that's playing two strikers. The problem, again, being at this club is that we don't have data analysts, so I can't see the way a team's expected to play before we play them, which doesn't really help. But, yeah, this hasn't been the best start. This isn't our best team, again, we've got to remember that, and I think it looks like Persebaya has put out a decent team here. That's a good ball, isn't it, in there for Warraby. Can he square it? No, he's going to go himself. That's fair enough. The other two weren't quite there with him. Now, what's happened here? That's a good tackle. Who was that? Septien getting back. Septien's had quite a good game, actually, hasn't he? All right, go on, Warraby, on your bike, son. He's gone early. He's gone early for the kid. He's gone for Tommy Serjak, who's in. He's got a man with him. If he squares it, it's a tap in. He's got himself, and he just saved it. It's Boaz that's up there, too, isn't it? Boaz just needed to be a little bit more on his toes to get into that back post area. All right, here comes... Maybe he's just playing for the set piece. That's what it was, wasn't it? Oh, what's the keeper done there? Ahmed's got it. Plays it back for Karudin. Can he get a ball in? Go on, Karudin. It's there for Ahmed. I'm not sure he's our creative spark that we want on the ball in the box. We've improved marginally, haven't we, this last little bit? But, yeah, the game was already gone, wasn't it? It was gone at 3-1. But there's signs there. again, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Any feedback you have. A little bit of transfer news. Devlin Taplow, who we sort of starred for us, I guess, up front in our run to the Cup final, the Indonesian Cup final last year. We've sent him out on loan. With Wayan coming in, I don't think he's going to play because we have him, Kayono Boaz as well. And then we have another kid from the academy that came through last year that we can play. Karun's done really well there. So I don't think he's going to play. So I'm sending him out on loan because he does have good potential. And it'll help develop him, as I said, for the club. So maybe after we've gone, I think 4's harsh. That's harsh on us, I think. We don't deserve that. But we are going to have a rethink against Persebaya because they gave us a bit of a touch-up, wasn't it? 3-1 in the league, 3-0 in the league last season when we played them towards the end. And they look a good team. Now, we are playing a high line, and you wonder if that goal would have been scored if we were sort of playing our more traditional, deeper defensive line. But we've been well and truly beaten here. Well and truly beaten. It gives me something to... This is a good way to end the week, isn't it? Happy Friday, everybody. We've been absolutely smashed. But I'll play around with this over the weekend. Have a bit of a rethink. I'm thinking the 5-3-2, that might work for us. Rido gets a cross in. Can we get on the end of that? Bhakti's brought that down nicely, hasn't he? But that's the end of the game. Yeah, that's not great. We don't want to watch them celebrate. Well done, boys. You won nothing. We would have celebrated if we'd won. But yeah, you can look at this. Those match ratings were poor. I'm going to get aggressive on that, actually, I think. That was not good enough. And there is work to do. So there we go. Defeat in the Super Cup. Well done to them. We get 15 grand. I think you get 30 for winning it. So it would have been nice, but it's not, as I said, it's not what our season's defined by, is it? There's more money available for us than that in the Asian Confederations Cup if we can get out of the group. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed the intro because it pretty much went downhill from there, didn't it? Not a good start to the season at all. We'll be back on Monday. We'll come back for maybe Bayankara and Home United. I'll play these other two games in between. And hopefully, as I said, we'll get things back on track here. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the intro, guys, because it pretty much went down here from that. If you have enjoyed that, if you haven't enjoyed that, just hit thumbs up for me, please. It helps people find the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. And if you are new, please do subscribe. I know it's a new season, and if they might pick up 1 or 2 new people from that. We did really well last year. We expected to be relegated, came second in the league, and we will get better. As I said, preseason hasn't been ideal, but we'll improve from this, I promise. As I said, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain. Enjoy your weekend.